Okay, so we have arrived where?
Dinosaur National Monument.
She's excited. This is her gig right here. This is her whole thing. We've driven in about 300 miles from our last stop in Moab, and we are just outside of Vernal. What's the name of this place? You said it was Dinosaur National Monument?
Yes, and we're going to go visit the quarry.
Okay, so let's go see what we can see with dinosaurs. I think we have a big kid over here.
Please take your seat and remain seated while the bus is moving. As we drive to the quarry, we will be traveling through multiple rock layers. Each layer reveals a different time period and environment that existed here in the past. In recent geologic time, these layers have been uplifted and tilted. Because of this tilt, as we drive, we will be traveling back in time. The first layer we see is a dramatic ridge of sandstone. Look closely at this ridge, and you may see grooves or ripple marks. The sediment here was once a sandy shoreline along a shallow sea that covered this region. Look for a low silvery shale set back on both sides of the road. This gray layer was deposited during a time when a shallow sea flooded this area. Try to imagine the many varieties of fish that lived here. Their scaled bones are found as fossils today. Purple rocks we pass next are from the Cretaceous period, about 104 million years ago. During this time, rivers, lakes, and floodplains covered the land. Dinosaurs also lived in this lush landscape, including a species of long-necked dinosaur or sauropod called Dinosaurus microcati. Final layer on our drive is called the Morrison Formation and has bright bands of red and purple. It is famous for its density of dinosaur fossils from the Jurassic period, approximately 150 million years ago. Excavations of fossils began here in 1909 after paleontologist Douglas discovered 8 exposed tail bones of a large sauropod dinosaur. Tons of fossils were removed from the quarry through various excavations, and today, over 1,500 bones remain in place in the quarry wall. In fact, Douglas was the first to suggest preserving some of the fossils in place as an educational and scientific exhibit. Study of the bones and surrounding rock continues to provide new details of the environment where these dinosaurs lived and how they died. You can help protect these resources for future generations by leaving all rocks and fossils where you can. Remain seated until the shuttle comes to a complete stop. You can start your visit to the quarry exhibit hall by walking up the ramp and entering the second floor doors. Food, drinks other than water, smoking, and pets are not allowed inside. Rangers are available to answer any questions you may have, and ranger programs are scheduled throughout the day.
Year was in 1909. And then it just gives the timeline all the way back. Traveling to the late Jurassic period.
This right here?
Yeah.
Diplodocus.
I have a question. Did you read the sign?
Does that mean it's ranger fossil?
But I asked him, did you read the sign? Yeah. Maybe your answer's right there.
Nice. But it's faster. You'd have to buy the cover.
What? A speeding ticket? In Destin?
Maybe. Depends what they're.
All right, we were stepped outside, and basic takeaway from in here was that 145 to 150 million years ago, this was an inland sea. It was, or was it a river?
Well, they kind of said it was a swampy area.
Swampy area.
Yeah,
And it had gone through a
drought,
yep.
and a bunch of dinosaurs died. And
There were other live ones in the area, they speculate.
and then a flood came through that washed a bunch of dinosaur bones into one area.
Killed a bunch and swept up a bunch of the bones, and then it kind of made what they call the dinosaur bone log jam. So that is basically what you see here, and I will show it in the video.
500 individual dinosaurs and over 1,500 fossils just inside the exhibit alone.
Yeah, and there's no telling what's covered up that they hadn't even found yet. So pretty cool.
Very cool.